Well, here's a shocking new statistic. 1 in 9 homes in this country is sitting empty, according to the Census Bureau. But now many of those properties are getting some uninvited guests, squatters. There are even organized groups helping homeless families move into foreclosed homes. Here's ABC's Yunji Denise.
The Trody family are outlaws. This home video shows the fragile condition that they live in. They're squatters in the very house where they had lived for more than 20 years.
This is our dining room when my grandbabies are eating.
In February, after her husband lost his job, Mary Trody couldn't pay the mortgage, and the family of 12 was evicted.
You take away more than just a house. You take away a life, you take away a family, you take away memories.
Just days later, with the help of Take Back the Land, a local nonprofit, the Trodys broke back in. Take Back the Land has helped 20 families move into foreclosed properties in the Miami area.
We're challenging an unjust law that we feel like people should have the right to housing.
Michael Stoops of the National Coalition for the Homeless says foreclosure squatting is on the rise.
It's happening in every major city in this country.
A loose network of nonprofit organizations and in some cases people on their own are taking advantage of the growing number of empty homes.
I think it's just a desperate move that people are forced to make, and it's a sign of the times, and it's likely to get worse.
There are concerns that squatters could attract crime or damage what's not theirs. But advocates say having a family in a foreclosed house helps keep its value intact. Their presence prevents break-ins and vandalism that's become all too common in foreclosed homes. For the Trodys, each day is uncertain.
I don't know when they're going to come and yank the house from me no more. It's no longer my home, it's theirs.
They live hoping to stay another night in a home they once called their own. For Good Morning America, Yunji Denise, ABC News.
The group that helped the Trodys move back into their foreclosed home you heard about, it's called Take Back the Land, and we're joined now by the director of that group, Max Ramo. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So let's be clear. What the Trodys are doing here is illegal. They don't own that house. The bank owns that house. How do you justify helping people break the law?
Well, our primary concern is not with what is legal or illegal. You know, there was a time not all that long ago that right here in Miami, it would be illegal for me to sit where I want to on the bus or sit where I want to inside of a restaurant instead of eating in the parking lot. So our primary concern is not with what's legal or illegal, but what is right or moral and immoral. And we think it's immoral for people to live out in the streets while you have empty houses all over communities. We think housing is a human right and should primarily be used for human beings, not for as profit centers for large corporations who are getting big bailout money from the same people who need housing in the first place.
Even Mrs. Trody, though, has said that she doesn't think, and this is a quote, she said, "I think it's not fair living in a house and not paying." So if you say this is an ethical thing, but is it fair for her to be living in that house for free when her neighbors have to keep up with the mortgage?
Well, I think that housing is a human right, and as such, you know, we need to rethink the way housing happens in general. But I think her living in that house without paying is much preferable to the billions of dollars that these big corporations that own the house and own all these other vacant homes are getting in taxpayer money. They're getting free money, and they have no more right to that than anyone else. And I think, again, if we're going to prioritize where we're going to decide what our priorities are, I think the first priority has to be towards human beings having housing, not corporations getting bailouts and executives getting big bonuses.
Are you typically helping families like hers move back into houses that were once theirs, or are you also helping families move into other houses that weren't even theirs in the first place? Walk us through how you do this.
The Trodys' situation was a little atypical in that they were moved back into the exact same home from which they were evicted a few days prior. Generally, we move families into homes that they did not own, that were left vacant because of foreclosures.
So you just go up to a random...
We also do government homes.
So you just go up to a house and walk right in and take it over?
Well, we have a scouting team who goes out and they scout different communities, and we take down addresses, or we look up the addresses in advance, and we scout the homes. We research the homes to ensure that they are foreclosed homes. We have identified vacant homes that are individually owned, and we have taken those off of our list because we only do foreclosed homes or government-owned homes. And of course, we check to make sure the electricity is going to work in the house, that the electrical system is intact, and that the water can run through the house, because we require of the families that they have water running and the electricity running as well.
Max Ramo, thanks for being with us this morning. It is a sign of our times.